So I ghosted my boyfriend on New Year's Eve, and I have not spoken to him since. I think I'm gonna end up, if you don't let me live with you, I'm gonna end up in my car, living in my car, something like being actually homeless. And he goes, well, plenty of millionaires have lived in their car before.
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is a video of a sister that was sharing the story of how she ghosted her boyfriend and how her boyfriend was not willing to help her even though she's about to go homeless. The boyfriend has a 3-bedroom apartment owned by him, but this boyfriend was ready for her to go be homeless and sleep in a car and told her that, you know what, I will get you a blanket. I was already going to get you a blanket for Christmas already, so keep yourself warm. But anyway, guys, this story is a very fascinating story, and for me I feel like there's a lot of lessons that is to be learned from this story. This sister went on to share what happened initially and how she set a timeline that they were supposed to be engaged or married like in a year or two, and this guy turned the table on her and they've dated for about 10, 11 months, almost a year. But yeah, I find this story time very interesting. And she came back to kind of clear some air and give us in depth of this kind of conversation. And I know some people were saying, before I get into the video, some people were saying, oh, this is skate and all that. She showed proof that it was not skate, because sometimes some of the story, I get it, can come across like it can be real. But crazy things are happening in life, people. People are going through it. Anyway, guys, let's go check out this story time and then we'll come back and talk more.
So I ghosted my boyfriend on New Year's Eve, and I have not spoken to him since. Before I get into this, I just want to say that me and my boyfriend, we have been together for a year. Well, almost a year, 11 months. A year on February 2nd, we will have been together. Okay? My boyfriend is also 34, grown man. He also is a homeowner, has a pretty good job, and also has a business that he's starting. So let's start there, right? So recently, obviously, like you all have known, I've become unemployed. And I have not been able to find a job. I have put in like 30 applications a day. I've got nothing, like barely even an interview. I've gone on 2 interviews. So I've been literally struggling, and I no longer have the funds to afford these bills. Okay. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna keep it together for this. I'm not gonna get stressed out. I no longer have the funds to afford these bills. It's something so crazy about having hundreds of thousands of dollars one day and then the next day having nothing. But that's what's going on right now. And so I am vulnerable with my man, and I go, hey, I'm gonna need to like stay with you for a little while I get myself together. Like, I don't have anything on the rent. And so I'm gonna need to move with you while I get myself together. Mind you, I said he has his own house, his own 3-bedroom apartment in a nice neighborhood. He also has a best friend. His best friend lives with him, mind you, and has been living with him for however many years that he's like lived there, almost the whole time he's lived there. And so I'm like, if his best friend can live with him, why not his girlfriend, you know? So I'm like, hey, I need a place to stay. Which honestly, in hindsight, I should have even have to ask for that. He knew I was struggling. He should have said, hey, let me take something off of your plate. Like, come stay with me so that you can breathe and get this. If he really cared about me, he would have said that, but he didn't. He sat there and he watched me struggle and then watched me get to the point where I was like, hey, I just need a break. Like, I'm literally so depressed. I'm losing my mind. I can't find anything. Can you please help me? And he said, no.
Wow.
He said, no. He said, no, you cannot live with me. Mind you, living with him is free. Doesn't cost him anything. He said, no. I can't live with him. At first he goes, oh, I like that we have our own places to retreat to when we get into our arguments. And wrong answer. Number one, when we get into arguments, we never leave. Like, we stay in the same room and we continue to talk it out until we work it through, which I think is a really good habit that we have and a really good green flag that we have in our relationship. Yes, do we get into arguments? So does everyone. Yes, do I lose my cool? I'm a woman, but I rein it back in and we figure it out, and nobody goes home. So that's a weird thing to say. We've never even done that. Second of all, that sounds like a problem to me, not a solution. When we get into arguments, we should not be leaving, because what happens when we get married? There is no way to go. We both live in the same house. So maybe that's not a good habit to start. Being that we have not started yet, maybe let's not start that now. On our very first date, I told him that I wanted to be engaged within a year. I said, after a year, I want to be engaged. He said that's plenty of enough time for someone to know whether or not they want to get married or not. This is what he said. We have talked about it, I shit you not, probably 10 times throughout this year. And never once did he say, I don't think this is going well enough for that to be a realistic goal anymore. Never once did he say, hey, like, let's pump the brakes. I don't think that we're doing that well for it to get to that. So I'm thinking we're doing well. We're on schedule. After a year or a year and a half, we'll probably get engaged. Then he goes, I don't think I want to live with someone again until I'm married to them, which is some new boundary that he literally just made up because he's never said that the whole time we've been together. And I go, maybe it's not a good idea that you live with someone after you already got married to them, because what if you guys are not compatible to live together and you don't know that until after you're already married? Then what? That's really dumb, actually. And so I'm like, okay, that's a completely new thing, but granted, it's been a year. We set our goal for a year. Are we going to get married? And he goes, no, that was your goal.
Exactly.
Since when was this my goal? It was my goal, but like, I thought we were in agreement, because you never said that we weren't in agreement. Clearly, I made all this up in my head, and this was never a goal. I just thought it was a goal because I continuously talked about it, and he never said that it was unrealistic. As a matter of fact, he said the quite opposite, that it was a realistic goal to have. And never once, as we neared to the end of that year, did he ever say, hey, I don't think we're close to being married. So imagine my surprise when he says, I don't think we're close to being married. We still have things to figure out. Because a couple of nights ago, I got super irritated at him and yelled at him and told him to leave my house. And apparently that's enough of a reason for him to be like, whoa, I don't want to marry her. All right. So yeah. And so I said, hey, I'm actually scared that I'm going to be homeless because I said, I'm actually thinking I'm going to be homeless because I don't have a job and these bills keep coming and I can't do it no more. I'm tapped out of resources. And I think I'm going to end up, if you don't let me live with you, I'm going to end up in my car, living in my car, something like being actually homeless. And he goes, well, plenty of millionaires have lived in their car before. What? So basically he said, yeah, no, I'm not going to help you. I'm sorry that you're dealing with this. I know it's hard, but basically he told me that you never really do have anybody to depend on and you come alone in this world and you are your own person and you should be your number one priority because nobody else is going to be dependable, which I translated to, he is not someone I can depend on. Why would I ever marry someone that I can't depend on? I'm a dependable person. I've had friends that I've let stay with me, that I've given a place to stay for free, that I've been able to like say, hey, you can lean on me. Like, don't worry about nothing. Take a break. I got you. So if I can be dependable to my friends, you can be dependable to your girlfriend. It's not a crazy concept. Yeah, we do come in this world alone, but relationships are the whole reason of everything. You should be able to depend on the people around you, on your community. They should be people that you can say, hey, you do owe a responsibility to the people you love and the people you care about. And apparently he doesn't think that way. And I don't think I can be in a relationship with someone who doesn't think that way. And so I decided that I kind of ghosted him. I just stopped talking to him and I probably will never speak to him again. That really turned me off. And yeah, that's why I broke up with my boyfriend, because he said it was okay that I be homeless. I should be homeless while he goes home to his 3-bedroom house in a nice neighborhood and rubs his feet together under his nice comforter set, his nice sheet set, and watches his 70-inch TV on the wall and twiddles his thumbs together while I'm out in my car in the cold. Talking about he's gonna give me a blanket for Christmas so I don't be cold. You gonna get you a new. I ain't even. Okay, so I have come to clear my name because it's getting crazy in the comments. I just want to answer some questions and clarify some things about the situation of, if you didn't watch the last video, basically my boyfriend said I should live in, it's okay that I'd be homeless, live in my car. And he wasn't going to help me. I think this whole situation, I've just finished crying. This whole year has just been horrible for me, but y'all don't care. Let's get straight to it. So the roommate situation, when he moved in that house, people were asking me, how do I know it's his house? I know it's his house because when I first even went to this house, he had like frames on the wall, like pictures of himself that he had blown up and put on the wall in the living room. Also, he has like pictures of when he bought the house, like holding the little, sold sign. When I asked him about why he had his best friend living with him, he told me that a little while after he had moved in, he had started to get, it was quiet. He didn't say he was lonely. He said that it was quiet. The house was too quiet. I don't know if he asked the best friend, or the best friend asked him, but the best friend was there. Is he paying bills? People are asking me, is the best friend paying rent? I don't know, y'all. I know for sure that he's not paying utilities. I don't know if he's paying rent or not. He's also not the only person that lives in that house, okay? He has this Asian guy that is living with him in the 3rd bedroom, because there's 3 bedrooms. When I first asked him, how does he know this Asian guy? He said that he was a friend of a friend. One of his friends, I think in DC or New York, something like that, had a friend who was moving to Charlotte for a job and needed a place to stay. That's what his original story was. When I asked him again, like when we were talking about the roommate situation and me feeling like, I don't think you should have roommates, you have a good job. He was saying like, oh, me and the Indian, we're good friends. We're really good friends. Him and the Asian guy, we're really good friends. I don't know when they became really good friends, because at first he said that it was a friend of a friend. I don't know if he's a liar, or, I mean, technically it's possible that he started off as a friend of a friend and became really good friends with him. But now he's telling me, oh, that's his really good friend. So here's when I realized that, and is the Indian man paying rent? I don't know, y'all. And these are probably questions I should have asked, but I didn't want to get too deep into his business. He's also super mysterious. Like, he answers questions in a way that makes me think that he don't want to answer them. So here's when I realized that maybe it's not what I seen. I was on Facebook scrolling. I found this like roommate group on Facebook of people posting like, I'm renting this room, and people who are looking to move into people's houses. I find this group. I already think y'all already know what's about to happen. I find this group. I'm scrolling in the group, looking at all the possibilities of people renting their rooms in Charlotte, because maybe I might be homeless, maybe I might need to rent a room. So I come across a house, and I'm like, hold on. I know this house. I've seen this house before. This is his house. I click the profile. This is his name. So he's renting a room in his house for $1,000, utilities included. So I don't know if it's his best friend that's moving out or the Asian guy. I assume it's the Asian guy. His best friend is 40, mind you. And he's been living there for a while. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. But I'm assuming that the Asian guy moved out. He never told me that the Asian guy was moving out. He never discussed this with me. I mean, it's not my house, but we had conversations about like, if we're gonna get married, we can't get married if there's people living here. And he decided to omit that information. Why he decided not to tell me that the Asian guy was moving, I'm sure he had his reasons, but he never told me that. It was a big shock and surprise. When I texted him about it, he said, oh, I said, is this your house? He said, oh, LOL, yeah, that's my house. Whatever that means. Okay, so the other thing I want to speak on, because there's so much to say and it's not even going to fit in this video either. So he's African, he's Ghanaian. A lot of people ask what ethnicity he was. He's African. He is currently in Africa. He left the day before Thanksgiving. He's been gone ever since. This is not the first time he's gone to Africa. When I said he has an okay job, I meant he has a good job. He makes 6 figures at his job. He's highly educated. He also has a business that he's starting on the side. He's doing, I don't want to tell you too much information because I don't want y'all to know who he is, because I don't know. And he's doing real estate. He's starting a real estate company in Ghana. He's there right now checking on the house that he's building to sell. He's building a house there to sell. He's gone to Ghana before. In like June to August, he went to Ghana. He said he was going to stay for a month. He stayed for 2.5 months. It created a significant strain in our relationship, but he came back, everything was fine. He decided to tell me that he was going to go to Ghana throughout the holiday season. I said, I don't think that's a good idea. This is our first holidays together. I think we should be together for our very first holidays. He tells me, no, I have to go. I have to go. I need to oversee some things that are going on with the project. It's way past due. The house has been supposed to be built. I need to be there. I'm thinking, what kind of things are they going to be doing over the holiday season? Like, it's freaking Christmas. What are they going to be doing? Like, what tools are you going to get in? People are going to be on break. But he said that he needed to be there to oversee some things. He did not take no for an answer. And then when I pushed him about it, he said, well, you get to see your family all the time. I want to go see my family. Now it becomes less of, I'm going to check on the house, and more of I want to see my family for Christmas. What he's really doing there, I don't know. Do I think that maybe he has a secret family there? Because people keep asking me that. I don't know, man. I don't know the damn thing. I'm focused on the bills, okay? I need somebody to pay these bills. I'm not concerned about if he has secret families in Ghana. He said he would be back before New Year's. Clearly he's a liar, so he's not here. He's still not here. And I think that space, though, was what I needed to give me distance to be able to look at the relationship from a different point of view. Also, for the people that are asking me, why can't I just go live with my parents? My father is dead. He died to cancer when I was 12, and my mom is not really doing well. Also, I live in a completely different state than all my family lives in, and I don't even know if I have the funds to travel to a different state. When we had the conversation about me moving in and I told him that I needed to move in with him, I asked him, y'all. I know I said in the video, but I asked him, I said if it was okay, and that's why he gave me the response that no, it's not okay. He ended up saying we're not moving in until we're married, so if you're ready to get married, I'm ready to get married. Really, that's not the proposal of my dreams. I don't know if it's anybody else's proposal, and I don't know if he was serious or not, but to say oh, we got married because I was almost homeless is not the proposal of my dreams. It was very demeaning for him to just say that, oh, let's just get married then. Since you're ready to move in, let's just get married. That was very demeaning. I didn't appreciate that. I didn't like that. And I felt like that was the catalyst for me to say, even if you offered me a place to stay right now, I wouldn't even move in. Because now I feel like I've begged you for it. I don't want anything that I had to fight for. I don't want a man to do something for me because I begged him to do it. I want him to do something for me because he wants to do something for me. So if you don't have it in you, you're not my man. Maybe you're somebody else's man, but this isn't going to be for me. So thanks everybody for tuning in. This is the highlight of my year because it's been horrible. It's been hard, but I thank everybody for saying nice things and backing me, because I was starting to think that maybe I was the one in the wrong and that I had unrealistic goals. So thanks everybody for saying that I was not asking for too much and he should have been there for me. So this has been a really humbling experience for me. This year has been the year of humbling, 2024, and hopefully we don't do this again, because baby, I ain't got the enemy to be fighting. And just because I feel like now I have to, because people keep asking me is this a skit? Did you make this up? Now I feel like I have to show proof. The conversation that I posted in the original story time was mostly done over the phone, but let me show you the text message that he sent me the first message I sent him saying, can we move in together? So this is the original text message of me saying, I guess I cut off the part where I asked him, but me being hey, I need to move in with you, unless you don't want me. I tried to be I tried to be respectful. I said, unless you don't want me there, I'll respect your boundaries. And he said, I doubt that's a good idea right now. We all have our personal space to go to when there are issues. Like I said in the original video, I prefer it that way. And then I was basically well, then maybe we should just start seeing other people. Because, at this point, I'm this is literally, y'all, I swear to God, I was blindsided. I literally did not think that he would say that. This is basically when he told me that the deadline that I set was self-appointed. And, yeah, it was originally my idea. But, like I said, I thought we had come to an agreement that we were both going to do that. This is where he admits that he agreed. He says my deadline was self-appointed. But then he says right here, I agreed that you would know my decision by then. So was it really so self-appointed if we both agreed on it? No, I don't think so. But, man math, apparently. So, yeah, I just feel like I have to post that because people are asking me, am I making this up for clout? No. I wish I was. I really wish I was. I'm not going to post all the messages because that's our private messages between each other. And I don't hate him, so I'm not going to post his messages. But, yeah.
Yeah. So please go down in the comment section and to let me know, what are the things do you think, what are the red flags you saw in this relationship dynamic that she shared with us? What are the things you think that she could have done better? What are the things that you think that could have helped her, and how she will be able to move forward? Please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this story down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. You're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a very, very respectful way where you had to just have conversation, okay? So not tussling, okay? So go ahead and share your thought, okay? So here's my thought. First off, I feel like there is a certain things, certain red flags. But I really don't know this lady personally. But like you said, she has been there for friends. So why didn't she call like her friends for help rather than a boyfriend? Me personally, I feel like she telling him on the get-go that, oh, she wants to be married in a year. I feel like that type of conversation, it has its pros and its cons, because some men will use that against you, and that's something they do a lot in Nigeria. Some of you guys don't know, I'm from Nigeria and I live in Nigeria. That a lot of men, they target women or girls that are of age in their late 20s, early 30s, that they know that they want to be married in quote, and then they sell the idea of marriage to them. And you see most of these girls doing tooth and nail just to prove that they are wife material, and this is a thing. And for her to say that he's Ghanaian Nigerians, they are like brothers. Anyway, so first, I personally, I believe in upfront telling people, like if you want to date or you're in a relationship, set like upfront tell what your expectation of the relationship is. I'm 100% there, but also when you do that, I feel like just allow the person to play it. I feel like you shouldn't give it like a designated timeline. Just say like, oh, I'm actually dating to be married and all that. Personally, that's when I would say, oh, I'm actually dating to be married and all that. And then watch the person's attitude and allow them to follow up, like to say, oh yeah, I think so. I think a year and all that. Don't give them your full card, especially with a lot of mind games that go on in relationship. Don't give them your full card. Hold that back and allow their behavior and their actions to show you who they are. And for her to, I feel like for her to be on a down spot and he was not even asking to help and all that, that for me, that's even a red flag. You should know and all that. And do I think he has a family outside the US? I don't know. She said he's in his 30s, so he's a grown man. I don't know. He might have, I don't know, honestly, that one is really dicey, because you have some so-called Africa, we say Nigerian men that are abroad, and yes, they will have a full-blown family in back in Nigeria while they are in the US. I get it. But also, I also got a lot of comment, people talking about, oh, that's what the African brothers do. They're just using you for green card. Yes, I'm not even going to argue that and others. There are some that does that for the papers and all that, the documentation to stay back in the US. Why there are some that are just genuine. I know of somebody that genuinely was looking for someone while he was in the States, and he found someone. So it's kind of really, but also another thing is that the fact that he did not offer you and he was renting one of his room out and did not offer you, that could also, this is not me making excuses for him, okay? When you see those things and it doesn't feel good in your guts and feeling, ladies, move. That could just be another him. And honestly, there's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it. So he's a grown man. He could easily let you in if he wants to, but he does not want to. And that's clearly because what he needs from the relationship is getting it, and he's not going to break his back to get it. And I feel like this also comes with, and I'm happy that she realized this and she has kind of pulled off her energy of him. This is one thing I see with girls, that when they're of the age of married and they want to get married, they kind of ignore a lot of red flag and a lot of signs that this is not it. And when sometimes, as women, I know I'm one of those people, I enjoy talking, okay, but sometimes keep quiet and let the person listen, hear what the person is saying and the action, and read it. And I feel like dating for 11 months, almost a year, she definitely saw the signs, but she obviously was ignoring it because he was established, he was doing good, he has a good job and all that, and those were all green flags for her. And she saw it as like, maybe I should say it's not that a big deal. See, ladies, let me tell you something. Let me hold your hands and tell you this thing. If you're dating someone and something just does not feel right, there's something on your guts that says something is off, something is off. There's something on your gut that says, why did he answer me that way? Why did he respond to me that way? There's something. They may call you crazy, but there's something. You're not feeling crazy, there's something. And I'm happy that she's able to do that. But also, as ladies, call your girlfriends. This is why have solid support system in your friendship other than a relationship with a man. Have a solid relationship with your girlfriends and all that, with your friends, that so that they will be the people you call. Calling a man will be like the last. Even that's not an option. Okay, so please try and build a genuine friendship with your girls, like a strong support system. That's one thing that has helped me in life so far, that I have an amazing support system of strong, beautiful women that are there for me. And it's very important, especially I know, yes, it's really hard for you to find that genuineness, but really learn to, you guys know, I will say it again, do the work, because I feel like the people you attract comes from who you are on the inside. Like the universe, God is going to align you with the people you are. So that's why I always talk about unlearning a lot of things, healing your trauma, so that you clear yourself to attract the right people in your life. And yeah, I'm really happy that she's moving on out of this. But also, there's this conversation of Black American women dating African men, thinking that they are better than Black American men or African American men. That I can really speak on that. For me, a man is a man. And I feel like this scenario could happen to anybody, whether that being an African man or an African American man, a Caribbean man, or it could happen to anybody. A man is a man. So I don't feel like it just has to do with ethnicity or and all that. I don't think so. A man is a man. Just read between the lines when it's happening. Okay. Anyway, guys, go ahead and share your thought. Love to know what you think. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.